Welcome back, guys, to another video. I am on night shift tonight. Theodore's sleeping right beside me. And instead of watching every episode of Fear Factor that's ever been made like I did when Theodore was born, I'm going to be making videos. Well, I just finished watching the Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler. And boy, I got to say, this was a fantastic documentary. I was riveted. I loved it from the very beginning. There's very few documentaries that just hit, every single sweet spot. You've got this captivating story. You've got a perfect villain. And in the end, not justice, but there's some sweet, beautiful revenge. It's fantastic. I haven't seen a compelling documentary like this since The King of Kong. Also reminds me of Don't Mess with Cats, another great documentary by the same filmmaker who made this one, by the way. And there's also the byproduct that the more popular that this documentary becomes, the more effed up this guy's life is going to be. The guy here you can see on the screen is the dude, the star of the show, I would say, who is a prolific scammer from Tinder. He's, of course, Israeli. I hate to say it. Guys, my wife is Israeli. I lived in Israel for 5 years. Ain't nobody scam like an Israeli scam. These guys, I don't know what it is, man. It's just, you got to hustle in Israel, and these guys just take it way too far. This guy had this. So, by the way, I'll just say there's going to be spoilers, okay? I think you can watch this video and still enjoy the documentary. So, But here's my thoughts. This guy, he would meet women on Tinder, and he had this incredible front that he was a diamond billionaire's son. By the way, they showed a picture of him photoshopped. It was a really bad Photoshop the minute I saw it, with this billionaire family. And, he put on this incredible front. He got the private jets, the 5-star hotels, the designer clothing. He had an Instagram where all just photos like the one you see here. And he would date these women, sleep with them, of course. A perfect sleaze bag. And after a month of dating them and telling them he wanted to marry them and he wanted to move in with them, he would start this whole thing about he's in trouble. He's got enemies. They canceled his credit card. And he was conning women. One of these girls in the documentary got conned up to $250,000, just one lady, in credit cards. He would urge them to take out loans and deliver him cash. One interesting wrinkle is that a lot of victim blaming. I have to admit that at first, this first girl who got scammed, 250, in a way, it's hard to feel bad for her because, she's talking about how she was looking for the perfect fairy tale prince to come sweep her off her feet. And when you see what this guy is actually presenting, it's all just flashy, rich guy stuff. And, it's well, we knew what you were interested in. That being said, there's a lot of victim blaming here. And these women were the victim of a horrible, horrible crime, not just in debt, taking out huge amounts of loans to give this guy money that they're being stuck with now for life. I mean, how long does it take to pay off $250,000 when you're just a normal, average person? But, he dated some of these women for a whole year. He was on a relationship with them. So you can only imagine that someone you thought you were in love with, that you were going to start a life with, has been dating dozens of other women and scamming them. Pretty incredible stuff. None of these women deserve that. And you guys are going to see, this is going to blow up, I think. And you guys are going to see a lot of sad attempts to victim blame these poor women. Because this guy's kind of living the incel's dream. Let's be honest. He's, sticking it to these quote unquote gold diggers. He's getting to sleep with them. And he's showing it to these girls because on Tinder, the girls rule the game, and he's sticking it to him. Nah, he's a criminal. This guy's the biggest POS. He deserves everything that's coming to him. And these women are absolutely victims. That being said, the hero, the story culminates, okay, after this guy has ripped off people. And because he's doing this mostly in Europe, he's traveling between Norway and Greece and Germany. It's like he's committing these relatively small-scale frauds in different countries, flying back and forth on a weekly, some days daily basis. And it's got to be really hard for these local authorities to really pin down a case on him, right? And so he's able to actually evade scrutiny for such a long time because of that. And he knows that. So his whole thing is like he takes money from Jane, to pay for his dates with Judy, and so on and so forth. There's basically a elaborate dating Ponzi scheme. They estimated he stole upwards of $10 million from Tinder dates. Man. Yeah, this is the black pills dream guy right here. This guy should be teaching courses on pickup artistry. This guy could kill it in the black pill, red pill community. I feel like he might even be a good guest on Joe Rogan, Hey, he's just an interesting guy. Let's hear him out, right? Maybe get him. Maybe he could be a guest on the Wolf of Wall Street's guy, who's a prolific, terrible thief who's now enjoying his best life. Let's hook these two guys up together. We're making criminal celebrities now. It's fantastic. So, here's the scoop. One of his ex-girlfriends got him so good. She is a freaking legend. This is the girl. Her name is Eileen, okay? And this girl, Eileen, he was dating her for 16 months. And this huge article came out after this in-depth investigation. And she saw it, and she's like, oh, my God, I'm being scammed by this guy. So instead of, blowing it, just blocking him and disappearing, she decides to get as much information as she can and to try to get this man caught. But the best thing she does is once this article drops, it gets harder and harder for him to get Tinder dates, for him to do his scams, and he's pretty much gone into hiding. And he's telling her, you got to sell your house, you got to get loans, you got to ask your mom for money, I need money to get, out of this thing with my enemies. He always has this threat that he's trying to face. And she says, yeah, baby, I'll hook you up. And so this girl, she works in luxury goods, and she knows this guy has hundreds of thousands of dollars of luxury clothing. And let's be honest, without the luxury clothing that he's amassed through this scam, there's no way that he can continue this fraud. Like, if he's just some Joe Schmo, it's going to be hard to convince people he's a billionaire's son. So what she does is like, I don't have any money, but what I can do is I can sell all of your luxury clothing for you. So she flies out, she meets him, she pretends like everything's okay, knowing full well that this guy is just a terrible, terrible person, scammer, liar, cheater. She packs up 3 massive suitcases with all of the designer clothes he has, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of clothes. This guy's got nothing nice left. Takes it back, starts selling it all on eBay, and she keeps all the money, dude. Because she was loaning him out like $150,000 too. She was in the hole. So she's like, I'm going to swindle the swindler. This girl is so slick, such a badass. This guy is left with no clothes. And then the messages he's sending her, he's just, I can't believe the voice messages that this documentary has of him being like, I'm gonna make sure that I ruin your life. You're screwing me. And she's just calmly selling all of his designer clothes, racking it up, trying to get her money back. And eventually, I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but she figures out how to help the police catch him, and he's finally arrested. Now, this is where it actually kind of goes sideways in terms of the justice portion of this. He was wanted for crimes in Israel. He's an Israeli guy. He was wanted for fraud and all this stuff there, and he fled to Israel and started defrauding all this Tinder stuff in Europe. So he got extradited back to Israel. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison in order to pay $43,000. He only served 5 months of prison time, and he was promptly released. So this guy, as of right now, and this article I'm showing here for a reason, this picture of him, these are all photos from his recent Instagram. He recreated Instagram, and this guy is living his absolute best life. He went to jail after conning these poor women out of $10 million. These are all from his new Instagram. Check this out. Wait, hang on. Boom. Look at this. On the yacht with the cigar, he's back at it. The Ferrari, the Gucci, he's back at it. Can you believe this, dude? This reminds me of all the crypto scams and everything going on. There is no accountability. These people will never be stopped, ever. He's got the Louis Vuitton, the private jet, the private plane. Look at him. He really thinks he's important, man. You are a petty thief. This is him now, after being caught, after going to jail for only 5 months. He's back out. What really I think about when I see this guy is like, just imagine, dude, if you put all the time and energy you did, because this guy was so organized, he was so professional with his scamming. Just imagine if you put your efforts into actually doing something legal, dude. Make a business. You know what I'm saying? The world is your oyster. Opportunity is everywhere. In Israel, the technology is flourishing. I lived there for 5 years. There's so many opportunities to become rich if you really want to, if that's all you care about. And you can do it legally. But no, this guy is blackpilled for life. He needs the girl and the money. Look at this. Unbelievable. These are all recent photos of him. So he's living his best life. Now, this documentary just dropped a few days ago, and people are mad. And one of my favorite things is that this documentary is basically going to ruin his life. His Instagram was deleted. Okay. Tinder put out a statement saying he is no longer on the app. We have conducted internal investigations and can confirm that Simon Leviev is no longer active on Tinder under any known aliases. Okay, fantastic. And he had a new business, by the way, selling business advice tutorial. Well, that website is offline as well. But like I said, this guy would really make a killing doing pickup artist courses. Get that red-pilled money. That's where you need to be. Maybe a Jordan Peterson collab, I'm sure he would like to listen about, you can tell him about how women are, chaos energy and their birth control is ruining the modern family or whatever. He quickly gained 200,000 followers days after the documentary was released on Instagram. And then he erased his app because he got scared. He's threatening to sue everybody involved. But meanwhile, this documentary is going to the moon, and this guy is screwed, and he deserves everything coming to him. I freaking hate this guy. He is such a heartless piece of crap. He said before deleting his new Instagram, he's thanked all of his followers for their support and said, I will share my side of the story in the next few days, and when I have sorted out the best and most respectful way to tell it, both to the involved parties and myself, and stated, until then, my friends, please keep an open mind and an open heart. Well, he's clearly in Israel, making millions of dollars. I don't know how. I'd love to know how. It's just this world is so unfair. This guy is back, stealing people's money, living his best life. This is so freaking outrageous, man. I hate this guy so much. But there you go. What a great story, man. And I just can't wait to watch this guy's downfall. I want to continue to watch this guy get everything coming to him, you know. I just love that he opened a business. Here, hold on. Let me find photos of the Simon Leviev business website. Yeah, business consulting. You guys like that? Check this out, dude. This dude is doing business consulting. What business consulting are you doing, dude? Here, this is his landing page. Check it out. What exactly are you consulting people on business, dude? Business and personal success workshop. Yeah, if you had any legitimate business skills, you wouldn't be scamming people, man. And I wish you did. I wish you would do something productive. But there you have it. Guys, check out the Tinder Swindler. It's a fantastic documentary. And we can all watch this guy's downfall together in real time. He's currently he's dating an Israeli model, living the Playboy life again. You gotta love it. Look at this. This is crazy. What the F? This is all recent stuff. He's in the Rolls Royce with the starry ceiling, dating the model. Holy crap. I'm going to assume, okay, I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say she doesn't know. Is that possible? Is it possible? Oh, she erased hers too. Okay. Let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and say she didn't know. Okay? But oh my, man. Is it possible she didn't know? Like, is it possible? I guess so. Because they've been dating before this documentary came out, and he had this huge story about him, but it was mostly localized to Europe. I'm going to say it's possible. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt here. There you go. Oh, fantastic. Guys, check it out. This guy's such a POS, and I can't wait to see you lose it all, buddy.
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up.